Hey guys, what's up? It's Schla coming back to ya with another episode of Car Rides with Schla. I'm always getting tripped up now because I think to say the other thing, the walks with Schla, when I'm supposed to say the car rides with Schla, and then I think to say the car rides with Schla when it's the walks with Schla. And we're just schlawing all over the place anymore these days. But what else is there to even do in life other than just schlawing it all around, right? That's kind of the whole. That's all they say. That is what they say. That is what they say. I'm gonna get like a shock. Oh, good, we're good. There we go. Now, last time this thing was acting up when I tried to punch out. But we'll see what happens now. Nope, it's acting up. Great. Wasting my time. But luckily this time I didn't shift because I'm used to just such reliability, and it just recently, like I said, reliability just plummeted with this thing. It's a shame. Alright. We're good. But wasted 30 seconds of my time there. That's not what you like to see. Oh wait, actually, no, I shouldn't have done that. Maybe we can get back in. Maybe. Come on. Load, please. Load. Yes. Alright. We're good. Alright, time for the weekend. Don't really think anything crazy is going on for the weekend, so we should be good to roll. Good to go for the weekend. You know, that's how I like to do it. I don't know what I'm talking. I'm sounding like really strange right now. Sounding very strange right now. So what is there to think about? What is there to discuss? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot, is there? You know, you think about, like, it's interesting all the stuff that people don't know about their surroundings. Have you guys ever thought about that? I mean, you live in a neighborhood, or even, really doesn't matter where you live, a city, a neighborhood, out in the country. And in any of these places, there's always going to be a myriad of locations that you probably just never really go to. I mean, the average person just doesn't really do that much exploring. There's stores, there's restaurants, there's just tons of things that, you know, just due to the fact of human nature and things not appealing, not being appealing, you know, not everything appeals to everybody. So then, you know, you just have these, like, locations that you never even know about. And like I said, this is in like every type of location, really. It's not like you know, oh, there's more adventures in rural areas, or there's more adventures in the city, or really anything like that. It's not like that at all. It's just kind of like a thing. I don't know. Isn't that weird? Like, I guess I didn't really think about it so much until, like, right now, I guess. Now I'm like sitting here thinking about it. I think that's kind of strange. But yeah, there's so many locations and places that just don't have comprehension of, we don't know, we don't understand. Isn't that something? I mean, even like exploring and stuff, you could probably spend your whole life trying to go to all these different environments and figure them all out. And you would never even be able to scratch the surface. You think about all the things you never see. You know, the insides of homes. Sadly, we're not allowed to just like walk into people's homes, but you know, hopefully someday we'll be able to do that and just be able to walk into properties and stuff, because there's just so many things that we don't end up getting to experience, and you know, that obviously isn't super fair. Because I'm alive on this planet, I'm incarnate on this planet, so I'm definitely entitled to be able to figure out like what's going on here. You know, why is this like this? Why is that like that? You know, I'm entitled to it. But there's a lot of nooks and crannies that you just don't really get access to. A lot of stores that you'll never have the pleasure of experiencing. And it's just a crazy bunch of experiences, really. You know, it's something. It's definitely something. Can we really explain why? Do we really know why? Do we really have an answer? Like, I don't know. I don't really think that we do. But it's just something a lot of people don't think about. But I mean, you never really can get to go to that many places in life. It's weird to think about. I think it's weird to think about, at least. I think it's even, it's even weirder that it isn't more of a thought that most people have or most people realize. I mean, a lot of people go through their lives and they just never really end up putting two and two together or figuring things out. And I guess, I don't know, is it like that for a reason? It's still kind of a strange phenomena. Because again, like, everybody's more interested in like their personal space and just being like unbothered. But I don't really understand, like, why are we so like that? Like, why is that really how modern humans have shaped up to be? Like, these miserable people where, security and being alone have become the privilege. Being away from others instead of just learning how to, like, operate properly. Like, just learning basic skills to interact with each other, just to be friendly, just to kind of get with the program and figure things out. It's like really, really strange stuff that we end up acting and just getting like this and getting in these ruts and strange experiences and circumstances with others. And like, here I am, just a guy who drives slow, thinks about things, tries to do the right thing in more of an aggressive way than most even typically would consider. And, there's no reward for it or anything like that. It's weird. Weird how we end up in these kind of scenarios. It's almost like a trapped feeling, but everybody's trapped. Some people are trapped avoiding people, spending their whole lives being obsessed with their freedom and their privacy, arbitrary concepts. And I mean, there's a legitimate difference, because I'm not endorsing uncivil behavior. But, you know, if somebody just got into my car and started having like an interesting conversation with me, and that was like a normalized thing, why would I have a problem with that? If anything, that would make life a lot more interesting, you know? But instead, somebody would, like, let's say somebody just strolls in your house or strolls in your car, and you're like afraid of them. Now it's like a problem. I guess we have to have these systems set up that way because, you know, again, that whole thing with how, like, there's really a limit to how many humans you can actually know socially. It's like about 150 or something, or there's like a theory, obviously. You can't prove a concept like that, but there's that theory. That's probably why in the modern age we try to avoid as many people as possible. At least some of us are, because we're so overwhelmed by the amount of people and processing them and things like that. I think I've explained this before, but I think I've given more soul to the people I know than the soul that those people actually possess. It's interesting. I tend to see the good in people, the better sides of people, and it's very interesting. It's very interesting. Because I overlook a lot. I think I put a lot of meaning and purpose into basically all the humans I interact with. And what does it lead to? I don't know. What does it lead to? Interesting thing to think about. It's definitely an interesting thing to think about. Sorry, I lost track of what I was saying. I guess I was getting a little bit too out there. Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, that was a pretty interesting concept, whatever I was just talking about. But it just left me. Man, that really upsets me. I'm actually gonna try to just cancel the transcript and get the transcript, because that was just, I was so happy about whatever I was talking about and I lost it. And then I'm just gonna retranscribe it, because I'm gonna like restart the. I don't know if the well, we're just gonna try it. We're gonna see how this experiment works, trying to read what I had sent to, you know, figure out what I was saying, because I've mentioned it before as something I could potentially do, and now we're gonna see it in action. I don't know what exactly happened that spaced me out. I think there was a slight jam, because there's this point where there's a bit of a pinch, and so there was a slight jam, and as a result of that jam, I had to take my foot off the throttle. All right, so yeah, what we were talking about, I've given more soul to people I've already known. The thing about, okay, good. All right. So, Yeah, I think we basically engineer this like over obsession with being antisocial as a way to balance out the over social that exists in modern society. So that's why there's such this obsession with isolation, because it's possible that for a lot of people in these super urban environments, most of them have already been over socialized. Or in my case, I actually don't think I'm over socialized. I just think, because I would love to meet, I actually think I love people and I would love to make more and more connections. I just don't like the lack of permanence. That's what I think gets me. Like, if I still knew everybody I knew, I like to meet new people. I think that's a super cool thing. What I don't like is that, like, I meet a new person and it's so easy for them to just, like, disappear. That's what I don't like. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, if I'm going to put effort into trying to talk to somebody, I'd want to know that they're going to stick around or whatever, and, you know, stuff like that. Now, we don't have to talk every day. That's not really what I mean. I just mean, like, I'd want to still be able to reconnect with them at some point. Even if it's only once a month or some kind of minimal thing like that, just a text. But I actually think it's not the amount of people that overwhelms me. Again, it's the flakiness that I don't like. And that's why it's another example where I'm ready for the modern age, but it's that other people aren't. It's that the other people who are incarnate right now are completely ill-equipped to handle what I'm trying to handle, you know? But I love people and I'd love to get to know more people. I just think so many people are a lot more shallow and a lot less amusing than I give them credit for. Like, I basically can understand and explore people better than I think they can themselves. I think my comprehension skills and comprehension of archetypes is a notch above. So that's what I mean when I say I give people more soul than they have. Most people just don't really have that much going on ideologically, or, you know, they're not really living. They're probably malnourished. They probably know nothing about nutrition. Everybody I talk to, it seems like they know just about nothing about nutrition. And it's like always the same kind of patterns, you know? And so, yeah, I mean, it's weird. It's frustrating having soulless people like that, having to interact with soulless people. Let's try to take this turn at 45. Let's try. I actually think I could, but I think I slipped to 5th. Oh, no, I didn't? Oh, wow, I didn't. It's a little bit tight taking that turn at 45. I'm not sure, but I can hold the 6th. I really almost slipped into Whoa, oh my gosh, that just scared me. This is very scary. I really want to... Oh my gosh. This truck in front of me, the front right wheel was just like shaking. Like it was shaking. Oh my gosh, that is so dangerous. I want this thing to drive like way in front of me. I don't even know how to explain it. It looked like the wheel was loose. Like the entire wheel was just like completely loose. Oh my gosh. That is not... I've never seen anything like that before. Like, it was wobbling. And then the weird thing is then it just like went right back into place. And then it was like just completely straight and looked completely normal. Wow, that's weird. Now I'm gonna no, I remember what I was talking about now. So yeah, there's those two concepts. It's why like modern world is just all about like fear and security and isolation. That's like all things are about. And so, it's just weird. Really weird. Really weird situation. But yeah, it's an interesting thing. I mean, I don't have a problem with meeting new people. But I hold significance to the people I know. I don't just want to walk through like a bunch of people and just blow everyone off. Like I just don't, I'm not into that at all. Whereas a lot of people, that's what they want. I just wonder, and I mean, maybe I'm saying this to hope that the transcription will grab it, or I'll remember to run it by GPT again at some point. Are the people who engage in that kind of behavior truly happy? The people who avoid others and escape? Like, are those people actually happy? I can't imagine why or how somebody could do that. But I guess they don't have guilt about it. Like they just don't feel bad about it. They probably justify it some way where it's like, well, since I started thinking about a totally different concept, so I just lost my train of thought. What's crazy? Why does it feel like it was just Friday? I guess that's always how it happens. It literally feels like it was just Friday. This week was a very like good week. I don't know. It's nice. Yeah, I really, I mean, I am grateful for what I have, but I should keep that in mind more, I think. So, it's cool. Because, yeah, like I said, I mean, the stress of property ownership, it's probably just, we're just never going to own anything, so there's no way to solve that or get around it or anything. No reason to be stressed about it, I'm blanking out. I'm spacing out again. I'm so annoyed. I can't finish what I was talking about. But yeah, there's really, I guess I'm like interacting with dead souls. I really think that's like the root of it, is that, oh my gosh, so many people. But yeah, so that's why like it's not normal for us to just trespass onto other people's property. It's because it actually probably would be if our bandwidth was higher. And I actually think at some point things could get to that point. Because like if you're not an intruder and you mean no harm, and I guess people think like, well, why would somebody want to do that? Why wouldn't I want to just walk into my neighbor's backyard and walk up through their back door and just stroll into their house and see what's up? Like, I feel like that idea, it actually, like, it probably was common in the past for neighborhoods to actually have a sense of community, and your neighbor might come over. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, my next door neighbor, we were friends, and he wouldn't just open the door and walk in, but he, like, you would do the slightly more courteous method of knocking on the door. But yeah, that's what we would do when we were children, to hang out, to play. We'd knock on each other's doors. Then as I got older, I started to get anxiety. Isn't that weird? Like, it was like when I was a kid, I didn't think too much of it. But then I got older, but I was still pretty young, and I would get like upset. I always was really afraid of rejection, of asking for something and getting rejected. And I don't know who did that to me. I mean, in some ways it was my dad. Because I remember I wanted to buy things in like Wizard 101, and I'd ask him and I'd say it's only $5, and then he'd just say no, and he'd go on this like rant about how it's just like the people are greedy or something, which really, I don't know that that's really the case. It's more so that, it's just a game. And then, of course, I proceed to, like, the second I get a debit card for the first time, unload hundreds of dollars into that game for absolutely no reason. It's just, I guess it was just fulfilling, like, a thing as a child, because I set up so many limitations that then once I had a debit card, it was like I just went ballistic, because I lived my whole life doing nothing, and then that's why, like, I bought so many laptops and stuff, because that's what I wanted to do for my whole life. I wanted to buy computers, and I was really restrictive, and then now I've been really indulgent, and now I want to be really restrictive again and kind of get a hold of myself. That's one of my goals, So hopefully that will materialize, that will remain to be seen, though. That materializes or not. I want 2026 to be the test run for that. And we'll see how that goes, I don't know. Because I want to try to rechannel, reinvigorate that energy. That crazy saving energy that I know I have deep down inside. That's really what I want to try to channel and reinvigorate. Revive, rejuvenate. There we go. And yeah, like, I realize now there's that part of gratitude where you get so many objects, then it's like impossible to even appreciate the ones that you have. Like, there's so many times I did stuff, but yeah, I mean, I really became indulgent. Oh, I remember what we were talking about. Sorry, I was just kind of like riffing about nonsense because I didn't remember what I was talking about. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was just my dad's fault. I don't even know if it was. But yeah, from a really young age, I think it's because of, like, I want to try to please people or make people happy. And when somebody says no, it makes it feel like you misstepped, and like you shouldn't have even asked. But I don't really know, because that's kind of like a weird way to put it as well. So I don't know. at the same time, it's kind of like just weird. It's just like really weird. I don't know how else do I put that or describe it. Yeah, I don't know. Whoa, that guy just like turned really strangely. He like when he turned, he swerved like way out into the like I don't know. Sorry, I just kind of blanked a little bit again there. I keep doing that a lot. Should I be concerned at this point? Like, I guess I'm just kind of relaxed. So I'm zoning out. It's not from a place of feeling you know, that's actually something I didn't really think about. I don't know how I felt this morning, but I really didn't feel tired today. Like, I just didn't feel tired. I don't know if you noticed that, but I'm noticing right now, I don't feel tired. Whoa. Sorry, I wasn't, like, really paying attention, but ended up being okay, because this guy was, like, at his turn signal on, but there was, like, an oncoming car that I guess was kind of far away, and, like, he probably should have just taken the turn, but he didn't, so then it really threw off my judgment. But I only had to brake a little bit. So, again, luckily, nothing really happened. Because I did notice it. It's not like I just completely didn't notice it or anything crazy like that. But anyways, it's been... No, I'm just playing. Yeah, I don't think I felt tired, which is definitely a nice change of pace, and my sleep quality wasn't even good. Like, it wasn't. I'm not really sure. My sleep score was only in the 70s. I don't think I got a lot of total sleep. So it's kind of weird. Like, I didn't really feel tired at all today. I've been feeling tired for a while, but today I didn't. I don't really remember how I felt this morning, which I know is like very hypocritical of me, because that's always something I'm like, these humans, they don't even remember how they felt yesterday. They're not even remembering how they feel today. Like, you know, that's always like this thing I really drill people on. But I don't think I was tired this morning either. Like, it's kind of weird. It's very weird that I've been, because I was like very tired feeling for a long time, and now I'm just like fine. So it's interesting how that works, isn't it? It's very interesting. Sorry, that time I didn't zone out. I just randomly had a flurry of thoughts. That's kind of what came over me. Yeah, I'm sorry the ending of this episode. I actually was really liking this episode. I thought, because I do, and I guess I could be wrong about this, but my memory is telling me that last Friday's episode wasn't really that great. That's what my memory is letting me know. And so I was pretty happy because this episode, it seems pretty good. It seemed pretty good. And then I'm just I'm done. I don't know. Now I'm I'm just ready to call it a day, It's just I don't know. I don't know what came over me. Weird stuff, strange stuff, whatever. But, fortunately, we are I'm probably going to be home in 3 or 4 minutes, so it's it's not too much else to talk about, but I do think there was some interesting observations, some expansions of old concepts. This is what would need to happen. This isn't going to be possible until AI is ridiculously more mature, but you'd plug in all my car rides with schlaws, and it would just extract and string together my best quotes in order for each of my theories and concepts. And then you'd really have something that would be very watchable and I think a lot more palatable as content. But we don't have that yet, and we probably won't, for a while. But I figure in the meantime, there's still merit to doing what I do, because why wouldn't I just keep going with this? I don't know. It's working. It's working so far, so. So far, so good. All right. Yeah, we're still just doing the same thing of just not really. Yep, I wanted to just for the home stretch, come on, man, get a grip, get it together, and we're not. So it's just what can you do? I tried very hard. I guess I tried very. I don't really know if I tried very hard. But, it is what it is. The transcript thing kind of saved the day. I should probably look into the live transcript app. I should. This one has its purpose for the walk switch law. It's good. I like it. I like this app a lot. But I'm going to need to get another app for the live transcription, because that is just, I think, especially for these videos, my memory muscle, it doesn't use it as much, but I'm telling you, being able to just see what I was saying, that's just such a game changer. It's such a game changer. Anyways, it's been schlah, but now it's time to buy schlah. So, see ya, schlah.